Hi, here we are, back again with Doki Doki Literature Club, ready to destroy my vocal cords once again voicing these high school girls. Yay. Well, let's dive in, shall we? It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside... Chair arms, sorry. I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monika said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. I feel like this is... She's a sad girl. Rather than asking, I simply tell her, I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. I have a bad feeling about this. Is Sayori dead? It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori?
Hi, Tomothy.
I sit down in her room. I'm happy she's not dead. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us.
You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you?
I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I mean, if you're gonna tell me this is messy, you must have... What, because, like, there's a pant leg hanging off the side and this poster, like, her calendar is ripped? Why is this messy? What do you mean? I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now.
If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess.
That's because I end up cleaning it for you.
How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to be seeing Yuri today?
Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting.
Monika told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right?
That's true. Yet, like, she's vice president. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monika today?
Of course! But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything.
Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then.
Yep.
There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So... Sayori smiles, shaking her head.
That's no good, Tomothy.
Eh?
Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings. If I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me.
Sayori! I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile.
You really put me in a trap, Timothy. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time.
Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori?
You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Timothy? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had a really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day?
Ah, the oversleeping. Yeah.
Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy. Without anyone worrying about me.
I'm in shock. Voicing her is so hard. Why did I do this to myself? I can't even figure out how to respond. Because my throat hurts so much. Good thing I have this lovely mango green tea here. Soothing. Haha. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Betrayal. Wow. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me.
You don't understand at all, Timothy. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then, I discovered something else, too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why. That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. Ahaha.
You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting. That's what I'll do.
No, Timothy. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am.
Tears streak down Sayori's face. Oh, there they are. There's some tears. Little gleamies.
I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one.
Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Okay, I thought he was just gonna be like, snap out of it! Stop! Stop it! Hugging her is probably a better idea.
Ah! Timothy!
Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Timothy!
Sayori isn't hugging me back. Oh, sorry. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear.
No! Don't do this to me! Please don't do this! Timothy!
Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return.
I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Timothy. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too.
I feel like every time I do her voice, I scrunch up more and more, just becoming the gremlin voice that is.
Timothy!
Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, right?
Yeah.
How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise.
I think that would be nice then.
Yeah. Oops. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel.
No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you.
But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right?
It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest.
It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over, too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri?
Ah, thank goodness.
You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time?
No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell.
You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home.
Ah, I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason.
It should be common sense to do that, but I decide to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you.
That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well?
Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right.
I'm sure it will be fine.
Why am I so tired? Drink more tea. I take Yuri to my room. See, like, it must have been because she has some stuffed animals. Like, Sayori has some stuffed animals, and a pair of pants had the pant leg hanging off the side. Because, like, her room wasn't messy. This is just... Your closet door is open. Is that not sloppy? Hmm? 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 Anyway, he takes her to his room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. Haha. I cleaned it before you came over, so... It's very considerate of you to do. No. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there! I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. It's totally cool if you space out and that causes you to rummage around my desk drawers without saying anything. Like, make yourself at home, but, like, simmer down. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both her hands firmly in her lap as if making sure she's keeping track of them. Little nosy. So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense. I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? See. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. Like an essential oil diffuser? I did some shopping on my way here. So I happened to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. Got it. Got it. Ha. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? I might have a diffuser. Not familiar at all. Yeah, of course. That's why your name is Tomothy. Is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole on the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that will be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh, yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then, we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Oh no. Well, I suppose I do get a little... Oh, I suppose I do get a little intense. As you put it. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. All the blushy-blushies. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Tomothy. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Eh? Is that the knife that she uses to feed the raccoon bread in the nighttime and watch the moon glistening off of its eyeballs? And the blade of the knife? The knife is strangely beautiful. Yep, that's the one. That's the one that she uses. Do I no. I feel like I was like, do I have any knife props? But I feel like that would probably get me into some trouble, so maybe not. Haha. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. Oh no. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Ah. Well. Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kinda into knives. This is mine. I keep it nearby. I'm not into knives though, I only have the one. And I'm not gonna open it, because that's the part I think would give me problems, but... It's pretty cool. They're just so pretty. They can be. Yeah. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. A combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe? Ugh, what am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. Maybe it's weirder in Japan, because I feel like pretty much every guy I've met here has more than one knife. Like, I think there's one over there. That's my boyfriend's desk over there. Yeah, there are two over there. There's probably one in the living room. Got swords on the wall in the bedroom. Why not? For funsies? And there's at least one other hiding somewhere. Like, there are multiple knives just laying around. Hard to tell if he has more knives or more measuring tapes. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. So intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. Oh, back up there. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. Honestly, I'm a little surprised because, like, she's into knives. There's, like, the weird eyeball glisten and blade glisten thing from her poem. I half expect her to be like, here, with the blade first. Ah, knife! I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? I mean, are they... I guess, like, a proper one is harder to find, I guess. Usually when you see the fancy places with all their fancy knives, a lot of them seem to be display pieces, mostly. I don't know much about knives. Because I got the one, that's it. It was a gift. I didn't even buy it myself. Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Oh! Timothy! Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I just wanted to, you know, use my human flesh to, you know, bap against a knife blade, see if it's sharp. Did it cut? Oh, sharp! I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It's a knife! You didn't need to warn Timothy. He's just a dummy. He's just a big, silly head. Poking knife blades like that. Gosh. Idiot. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Was he really just like holding... We're gonna use this oversized paper clip. It's not a paper clip, it's a bookmark. Whatever, you know, it's a paper, whatever. He was just kind of like, oh, I wonder if it's sharp. Why is it so sharp? I don't like Timothy. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Ah. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. Is she a vampire? She's got a blood thing too? Damn, girl, you a freak. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. Here we go. Is she a vampire? Or are they act like they are they regular people? I don't even know. They're probably just regular people. Probably. Yeah, they're just regular. I'm just Why am I trying to convince myself I'm the one that gave Sayori a gremlin voice? She's a regular girl. I just gave her a silly voice. Yuri's not a vampire. She's just a freak. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri? That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird and it took me by surprise, but I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She's really not, though. Like... You guys don't really know each other that well. Suddenly she's busting out knives, you're cutting yourself up, and she's licking your fingers. This seems like a normal reaction. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. Are you gonna shove your hand in her mouth? Oh boy, I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. What? Timothy, did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Timothy. Yuri giggles shyly. Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. and you licked my wounds, so, like, your saliva has healing properties, and the wound is sealed now. It's fine. Thank you for your magical medicine blood. I mean, saliva. My blood. Look, it already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great! Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. I hit up Pinterest and I just lost my marbles. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do that. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Oh, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. Scene change to get cups of water. Taking Yuri's advice, I decide to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Does she slice her arm up for funsies? Has she carved Tomothy into her arm? Does she lick it after she cuts? Is this like trigger warning self-harm or... I don't even... I think she has Tomothy's name carved into her arm. That's what I'm going with. She a freak. And she licked it after so that she wouldn't bleed through her sweater? I come into... Yeah, okay. Ah, nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Oh, neat! What are you gonna write? Well, it will be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. You can stay home and do crazy things, girl. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like it when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. Honestly though, okay. I didn't mention this in the last video. When they like read together, she's like, oh, I've never really done this before. Having just like a hangout with a friend or something where you're both just reading your own individual books is so nice. Every now and then you stop, have a little chit chat, share a thing that's happening in your book. Have a little snack and like some tea. It's good. Oh. Speaking of my tea, I should show you. I have this cool mug. It's Lord of the Cats? And it's got little kitties. I don't even know if it's going to be focused or not. Maybe I should just, you know... Here, yeah, there, now I can see proper. Yeah, Lord of the Cats. I like the little Gimli. Yeah, with this little braided beard. It's super cute. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. A nice cup of tea with some kitty cats on it dressed up like Lord of the Rings characters. A silly dating sim with a girl who's a freak. And books. Anyway, back to the game. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. Hi. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Aww. Little head bonks. Yeah. Sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. It startled me so hard I went, yeah. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Are we gonna lick that off too? Jeez Louise. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel and then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Ah. Is something wrong? It's hot, I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but she grabs my arm and nuzzles into my hand. But it's not good enough because there's no blood. But Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through the slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Or is it the blood rushing to my penis? Yuri's gentle fingers, wrapped around my wrist, send a tingling sensation through my arm. Only your arm? And suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it! I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. You. Ha ha ha. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Oh, so you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping that we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well... Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing
is that we got everything done, right?
Yeah.
So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything.
Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door.
Thank you very much for having me today.
No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow.
I will. Well then,
Yuri fidgets.
I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Toodaloo! Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come over and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me.
Tears start to fall down Sayori's face.
That's all that matters to me.
Why am I
feeling this way, Timothy? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear.
Sayori, don't say that!
It's true, Timothy. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just...
Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
But...
Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I'm scared, Timothy. I'm really scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori?
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And...
That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. We're at a fork in the road here. Oh. Looks like I've had a little bit of a hiccup here as well, and my stream restarted. Yay! Why does that keep happening? Do I just have bungus internet? I guess I'll find out. Haha. Ha ha ha. I feel like we're on a pretty clear track with Yuri, and I kind of want to stick to that. I'm feeling a little off that it gives me the option anyway, but I think that might be because there were several times that when I was writing the poems, they were mostly Yuri, but there were a bunch of, words that I picked that were more Sayori-oriented. Anyway, I mean, I've already made my choice. You'll always be my dearest friend. Friend zone. Sorry, love you. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were.
I see.
Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression.
Ah, is this what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this.
Sayori,
It's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings.
damn it, Sayori, why? Why is your voice so difficult to do? I know you're right.
I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just wanted to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Timothy. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So,
Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori! I'm left helplessly standing in the front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. Sorry. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend. And I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. Boo. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expect this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner that Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. Pardon. She sent me a pleasant text, reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. There's gonna be a lot. Yep, here we go. Oh, okay. Timothy! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like, and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days, this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But Maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all?
Ahaha. You should take a little responsibility for her, Timothy. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know.
Exchange? Monica, you know about that?
Of course I do. I'm the club president after all.
If she, like, again, I'm thinking that they're not regular humans, because my brain right away went, like, is she a psychic, like, omniscient being just watching over everybody in the club? But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so...
Don't worry. I probably know a lot of them, more than you think.
Eh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Ooh, she's a stalker?
Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? Ahaha. They came out real nice.
Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. I'm not reading that out loud in her voice because I'm already having a bit of a hard time. But that seems a little crazy. It's just called percent. Okay, I'll read the last bit. If I can. Okay, here we go.
Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving.
She's gonna murder me. Is that why the music just isn't a thing anymore? Is it supposed to just cut out full stop? What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach.
Timothy, what's wrong?
Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori, so...
Ah, well, all right. Try not to take too long, okay?
I quickly leave the classroom. This is a bad ending. I got a bad ending. Sayori's gonna kill me. I'm gonna get murdered, aren't I? Gosh, this is like Hato Full Boyfriend. Suddenly I die. Great. Super.
Don't strain yourself.
Too late. Throat hurt. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. I should have saved. Damn it. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. It's freaking me out that there's no music. Is I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. She's either gonna murder me or she's dead. Somebody dies. Is it at least gonna do the sound of the door busting down? I gently open the door. Well, that made me jump, didn't it? An exception has occurred. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppress the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. And why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession? That has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, and I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game. Damn it! This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Oh! Why did it do that? Why? It remembers? Is the game remembers what I did? Wait, if I start again, is she... What if she's just not in the game? Well, this changes things. This, I'm realizing now that my best friend, I call her my waifu. We've known each other since we were like 10, 11 years old. She's the one who recommended this to me. She knew. She knew. Oh. She's gonna see this too and probably have a good laugh. We're gonna have a talk. You hear me? Oh my gosh. Waifu, what are you doing to me? Oh my gosh, did you load your old save and fix your mistake? No, this is my first playthrough. This is the first time I've ever played. I can load the game and fix my mistake. I've been saving, I have. Why is it all glitched out? Oh my gosh. I totally saved after Monica's tip of the day. She said it and I got kind of freaked out and I saved. And I saved again on when it switches to Sunday morning. So I know that I can go back to Sunday morning and change my answer to Sayori's confession. I was not expecting this, and why is it all glitched out? Oh, this is... Okay. Okay, you're telling me reload that real quick, but what if I don't? Does it get all... Okay, no, don't tell me. I need to... Okay. Don't tell me. I like that I have no idea what's going on. Oh, the curiosity is burning. I mean, I do really want to know what the other ending is, though, so I guess... If I just continue, if I start a new game, though, like, I can still load up from that Sunday morning, though. It's not going to delete my saves. It's not going to delete my saves, right? My poor heart. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I need to see what the other ending is. This is driving me nuts. I'm gonna be thinking about this forever. At least I can, okay, we'll just... I didn't save enough. Okay. My gut just dropped right out of my body. No. Can I... I have goosebumps. Why did it automatically stop? You get to start a new game when you want. Oh my gosh, me, don't. Why are you doing this to me? This is terrifying. I got goosebumps. My heart is in my uterus. I'm scared. Oh no! I can't even... How do I voice this? Because she had weird gremlin voice. Because that would just be like... There we go. Oh my gosh, is she gonna be like all fucking dead? It took her name out? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I get to start a new game just like I wanted. Stress. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. The goosebumps were just on my forearms before, but now, like, I've got goosebumps all the way up to my goddamn armpits. Okay, when I started this, I didn't really know that it was gonna be a horror game. My friend recommended it to me because I like dating sims, and she's like, oh, you like Hatoful Boyfriend? Yeah, you should try this one, because it's got a twist too. And I was like, oh, cool. This is amazing. This is so good. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. I don't have a whole lot of time left to stream, so I'm gonna just try to... Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. I mean... School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Okay, who is it?
Timothy?
Monica? Okay, so oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
Is she a weird omniscient being? Ah, yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. I'm still shook. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for, anyway?
Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers?
I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right?
About that. I actually quit the debate club.
Really? You quit?
Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that
case, what club did you decide to join?
Actually, I'm starting a new one.
Sayori was the vice president, so now Monica is just on her own. Am I I hate that that made me jump so damn hard. And then there's just like a fucking Squirrely Dan Funko Pop over there staring at me into my soul. Literature? That sounds kind of dull because he's a fucking twat. I need Bat. I need to not tug my headphones off. I'm stuck and I'm scared. What? Oh gosh. How many members do you have so far?
It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring.
Well, I can see that.
But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right?
Did Monica say she?
Hey, Timothy, by any chance are you still looking for a club to join?
I mean, I guess so, but...
In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please.
Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how can I ever refuse someone like Monica? That sounds ominous. Sure, I guess I could check it out.
Ah! Awesome! You're really sweet, Timothy, you know that?
It's nothing, really.
Shall we go then?
Okay, you lead the way.
I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important.
And thus marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. Not cupcakes. I sold your soul. Is she a demon? I get like big stalker vibes from her. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. What year are we in? Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
I'm back! And I brought a guest with me.
How could you, waifu? How could you do this? Eh? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Timothy.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. -1. Scared of all of them now. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's gonna do the thing!
It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. Please. Please.
So I ran into Timothy in a classroom, and he decided to check out the club. Isn't that great?
No, is it? Wait, Monica! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know.
Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him.
Every time one of them gets bigger, I flinch now. Oh my gosh.
In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great.
Oh my god. My emotional support snake is not helping me today.
Why don't you come sit down, Timothy?
Oh no! This is the part where there were empty seats besides Sayori, besides Monica, and it's gonna do the thing again. That means that there's 3 empty seats, right? Oh god, okay.
Why don't you come sit down, Timothy?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Oh my god. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. That's not what happened the first time around. Oh gosh, okay. So
I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki?
well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a book? I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Timothy, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. It's trying to lure me into a false sense of security by repeating stuff. And I know how long this takes. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality.
Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the club last meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud and give that back.
Fine.
Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have any writing experience? Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Hey, I just got an idea! How about this?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and
write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Timothy?
Hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I've never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But...
I'm sorry, I thought...
Huh? The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Timothy. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Timothy?
Yeah. It could be fun, right?
You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed.
Timothy, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monika looks over at me once more.
Timothy, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah! Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up within me. I am well ahead of you, my man! Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. I'm gonna save here. Empty slots! I hate it! Ah! What does history mean? Ah! It got rid of my saves! Okay, I'm gonna stop here for today because the anxiety is real! Like, it straight up deleted my saves. I'm so upset it didn't even give me a chance. Okay. Okay, thanks. Thanks for joining me today. And probably laughing at me. This has been so much fun. Okay.